Okay, so moving forward, we are going to use a tool called Postman, because from now the next step is to build a post method, and we can't do this with a browser, because by default when you access an endpoint with your browser, it will only take the get into account. So you can go to Postman, download Postman, and here you get here. I will download this. It will download it here. Now it's installing. I will also pin this to the taskbar. And that's it. Now I am logged in, but you don't need to log in to use it, but it's best to log in, to make an account if you want. And based on this Postman, if you see here, now if you are wondering how to get the dark theme, let me see if I remember correctly. You go to settings, themes, and you see here the dark by default is the system default. And based on this Postman, we can make post, calls, put, patch, and here you have all the HTTP methods and so much more. You can specify the headers, you can specify the body. And for example, let's go to our application. So I'm going to put localhost .8080 API peoples and type enter, and you will see here I have my response. So based on this Postman, I can make calls as if I'm in a browser, because browser behind the scenes basically is doing these calls programmatically. Now if you want to have let me just show you something. So I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to type F12 network, and you see how many, now let me just refresh this, you will see how many calls Facebook does to the servers. Now these are all servers which Facebook calls, and this is the method get, but you will see between them some methods like post. So get, if you see here, if we go here, this is like, for example, this is the server and it's doing a lot of calls. It's doing a lot of calls. So now we have just installed Postman and we have just tested it. In the next video, we will move on and we'll continue to see what endpoints we should build. Now, if you have problem with the installation, you can just type in the comments, and as honestly as I can tell you, if you want to be a programmer, you will encounter sometimes problems with installation, problems and so on. And before you ask for help, you should try to figure that by yourself. You should try to Google it, you should try to find a solution, and after you are stuck, then you should ask for help. Because it's best as a programmer to be self-learning, to not so you develop by yourself and not somebody to push you from the behind. Now this is something I have learned for myself, and I'm telling you also.